Today I'm going to show you guys how to set up your chapbook in InDesign and how to add page numbers into that chapbook. So, of course, our first step is to open your InDesign program, and then we're going to go to File, New, Document. And from here we just need to set up our preset details for our document. So we'd rather work in inches than picas. So to change your units out, you just click on the Units tab and select inches. And you'll want your width for this chapbook to be set at 5.5 inches, and you'll want your height set at 8.5 inches because we're going to be printing these on just 8.5 by 11 printing paper. So that'll be good to go. Shouldn't have to change anything in here. Shouldn't have to change anything in here. You can look at your margins. Your margins should be set at 1/2 an inch on all of them. And you shouldn't need to worry about bleed and slug on your chapbook. That's more for if you're making an actual book. So just look this over real quick. Maybe pause this video, look at your document, make sure it looks the same as this. Once it is, go ahead and hit create. Alright, so now we can start getting our page all set up here. So the first thing we're going to want to do is insert new pages into our chapbook since we only have the one page right now. To do that, we need to go to our Pages window, which is over here. And you'll just want to insert more pages in there. You'll see in this window it's going to show you a whole spread of all of your pages in your book you'll be able to scroll through. It's also going to show you your master pages at top here. I'll go into the depth in those in just a sec here, but let's add some new pages to our book. So we just go down to the bottom right hand corner here and click on this Create New Page button. So see, it popped up another page for me. So I'm going to go ahead and add in, just for this demo, I'm just going to do 10. Normally when you're creating a book, you're going to want to make it an even number of pages, because if you don't, it won't print correctly. So just make sure that you're using an even number when you create your book. I think the max we usually say on this is 24 pages is pretty good for a chapbook. If you start going over that number of pages, it starts to get too thick. It gets really hard to fold, staple, and just keep because it's just too clunky. So right now we're just going to do 10. So you see there I have 10 pages in my book right now. If I double click on any of these pages, it will take me to that page. So if I was starting to edit, I could go put content on page 2. If I double click it, it'll take me right there. So good deal, we have that set up so far. So now we're going to move on over to our master pages. What the master pages are, they're kind of like default settings for your pages. You can have as many masters as you want. We're just going to have 2 masters in our chapbook. So we're going to have an A master set and a B master set. Your A masters are going to contain all of the front matter of your book. So that'll be things like your title page, table of contents, copyright page. If you have dedications, acknowledgments, things like that are all going to go in our A master pages. We are going to set up a second set of masters, and that's going to be our B masters. And so those B masters are going to contain, or excuse me, just your B pages are going to contain all of the meat, all of the content of your book. So that'll be, if you're doing stories, it'll be your stories. If you're doing poetry, photos, whatever you end up doing, that's where the content of your book will be. So let's go ahead and just set up a B master here. And how we do that, we go to this little box here, we right click it and select New Master. You'll see it's already set up to be a B master. It's set up with B. You shouldn't have to change anything in here. It should be the same as your document. So great, you just press OK. Now you'll see I have an A master and a B master. If you double click these masters, it will take you to these actual master pages, so you know that you're working on the masters and not the actual pages in your book. So we're going to change some of these to B's. So how we do that is we scroll down here, we click and drag on our B master pages, and we just drag it onto the pages we want to turn into B's for our content. Normally in a book you're going to start your content on the right hand page. So we'll go ahead and just do 5 for now. You'll see it turned into a B there, so I know that it's a B page. Let's go ahead and do that to the rest of these here. Okay, we have that all set up. And again, so A masters, anything you put on the actual A master page is going to show up on an A page. Anything you put into your B master page here is going to show up on a B page. So we're going to end up using that B master to set up our page numbers so that they only show up on the content pages on the B pages. And yeah, you could use masters for anything. If you wanted a logo to show up in your book over and over again continuously, say like at the top or something, or your name, or the name of a chapter, you'd put it in your master so you don't have to do it over and over and over again on each page. So that's what the masters are for. So let's go ahead and insert page numbers into our B master. So how we do that, we double click B master, make sure we're in there. It'll tell you at the bottom here that you're in, if you're in the B master. And to insert your page numbers, we need to add in a text box. And I haven't really addressed this menu yet. All I'm going to show you right now for this tutorial is the text box, and that is your little T over here. It says, well, type tool, text box, same thing. But yep, so you just click on that. You'll have this little tool pop up here. And to create a text box, you just click and drag out a box. I'm going to make mine the width of my margins just so that I know I'm aligned within my document here. I'm all centered and aligned. So you get it where you want it, and you let go, and you've created a text box. And I didn't really address the purple lines here or just the setup of the book in general here. So the black lines, that's how wide your actual book paper is. You know, that's your printing paper back there. These purple lines are your margins. So any content you create for your chapbook, you want it to reside within these margins. If you go outside of the margins, there's a chance it's either going to get cut off by the printer or you're going to lose it here in the middle. So just kind of a side note, that's what those are for. So to add in a page number, you want to make sure that your little type, what are those called? Type dealies? This little guy is blinking down there. You want to make sure, you know, you'd be able to type if you wanted to. Backspace that though. We just want it blank. So make sure that's blinking. And to insert your page number, you go to Type, go to Insert Special Character, go to Markers, and then we want to insert the current page number. So just click on that. You'll see a little B showed up at the bottom there. So in the B master, it's just going to be a B, but when you go to an actual B page, it's going to be the page number. So that one will show a number 5, that one will show number 6, 7, etc. So great. So we have that set up for the left-hand side pages, but we want to also set that up for our right-hand side pages. So to do that, the easiest way I think is to just copy and paste this box down here. So to just select this box, you'll need to use your selection tool here, which is the black arrow. Just click on it. You'll see that little box appeared here, and it has handles on it now. So just a side note too, this is also to change the size of your text box. You can use those little handles to click and drag it out, whatever size you need to resize it to. But anyhow, to copy and paste this over here, we just right click and we copy, and right click anywhere on the page, hit paste. So there we have another page number. Okay, and so we want that page number to go to the other side there. So I'm just going to double click within the box here, highlight that B. We're going to open up our window for text, or we could just go to properties actually. So yep, sorry, kind of got lost there myself. So there's my page button, here's my properties button, and that'll show the properties for whatever tool you're using at the time. So right now I'm using the text tool. So it's gonna pop up text properties. So this is where you would change all of your text properties. So you could change the font here, you could change the font size, kerning, tracking, and all that kind of stuff. But all we're gonna do to these right now is just change where it's at on the page. So I want that right aligned. So I'm gonna go down here to paragraph and click on align right. See there, it popped up on the right. So great. So your B master should be set up correctly. To double check it, go back to your Pages tab and click on a B page, double click it. There we go, we see that we do have a page number in there, so we were successful. Again, there's nothing on the left-hand side because that is an A page. So great. At this point I'd save it and you're all good to go to start adding in your content of your book. So that's all I'm going to show you on this tutorial. I'm going to do a few more just showing what the front matter should kind of look like and just other little tidbits on these tools over here and some other things. So I hope that helped. You know, just use this when you get kind of lost on your own. But if you do have any other questions, just reach out to myself or Chad on Basecamp, or we're always in the office during the week mostly. So, yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. See you later.